Hey y'all, and welcome to PolitiBrawl. My name is Brian, and Senator Kennedy tricks Janet Yellen into admitting an embarrassing true secret.
What party controls the House?
The Democrats.
What party controls the Senate?
The Democrats.
I believe we can agree that President Biden is a Democrat.
I believe.
Okay. Senator Schumer, who's a Democrat, and my friend, controls the Senate floor. And he can raise the debt ceiling by just amending the budget resolution, can't he?
It's possible that that could be done.
Yes, ma'am. So why didn't he do it? Why don't y'all do it?
Because
and then
this
we
is,
don't. Let me
because
just
this
finish.
is
Let me just finish. Why don't y'all just do it and then we don't have this fight?
because
Why do you insist on doing it the hard way?
because it's very important to recognize that raising the debt ceiling is about paying bills that Congresses
I know,
have
but I just
incurred
gave
in
you
the
a way.
past,
I
and it's
don't
a
wanna get off
shared
the subject.
responsibility.
Are you admitting the Democrats are incompetent? Is that what you're admitting, Ms. Yellen? Because, I know this to be true, but you're admitting it? Huh.
So why
And
don't you? I agree
Democrats
with that.
have-
So why don't you just amend the budget resolution?
Democrats have provided votes in the past when both houses of Congress are controlled by Republicans, when the Republican Party was in the middle of reconciliation. 2017 is a good example, and Democrats pitched in to do their duty to raise the debt ceiling.
But I know all that, and we and I appreciate your perspective. But let me ask you again. There's a real simple solution. Why don't y'all just amend the budget resolution? It just takes 50 votes by my Democratic friends and the vice president. Why don't you just do that? Problem solved. Done. Easy peasy. Finished. Let's go have a cocktail.
I love Senator Kennedy. Unfortunately, though, a friend of mine, one of my co-workers, told me that he reminds me of Matlock. And now I'll never unsee it, which is a shame, because Kennedy is a very unique individual, and now I'll always compare him to Matlock. However, what this question is really opening up to is, why are the Democrats being so sketchy? Well, Kennedy is going to answer that in turn in just a moment.
Well, it will be up to the leadership of Congress to
Are you going to recommend that he
decide
do
on.
that?
We will confer with them on what is the best strategy to move forward.
It's not often. I haven't been around this place as long as you have. But it's not often around here that we have a problem that has an easy solution. And this is a real easy solution. And I get politics. I understand why politically you folks want to have Republican fingerprints on the spending fiscal knife. I get that. But do you really, is your politics so important that you want to gamble here on the
Want to make
sovereign
sure
debt of the
that the
United
debt-
States when you have a very, very simple solution that you refuse to take?
Ding, 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 we have a winner. That is the absolute truth. The whole point and purpose of this bill. Now, this bill is a little bit older. It's from 2021, 2022, I believe, back when the Democrats had control of all three major branches of the legislature and the executive. And ultimately, they wanted Republican fingerprints so they would have someone to blame. And that's exactly what the media does all the time. It's an attempt to find a scapegoat. And Senator Kennedy is basically trying to get Janet Yellen, prodding her to get to this conclusion. Now, folks, we here at PolitiBrawl have an unusual ability here today. We are with Paul Stone, who is an American patriot, family man, and one of the co-founders of Colonial Metals Group. You can read his economic essays on Substack under his name, Paul Stone. Mr. Stone, glad to have you here because you have something that I really don't fully understand, a great grasp of economics. So when it comes to this video, what's your first thoughts?
Specifically to the video, they're talking about raising a debt ceiling to pay for bills. Janet Yellen is saying, well, we got to pay these bills. They already encumbered themselves into obligations. So they've already supposedly received the goods, and now they need to pay for it in arrears. We all get that. The bigger problem is a debt ceiling was put in place to keep reasonable people reasonable, just like a fence is there to keep an honest man honest, right? And when the raising of this has to happen every year, isn't it a sign of some gigantic issue that's beneath the surface? What is the need for all of this money? Why do we need all of this money? What's going on? And so to me, it indicates the biggest issue, proof of the bigger issue, which is the country doesn't produce enough money to overcome the cost to run the show. The swinging hammers, right, inside your economy, the workforce, actually produces the growth. And when they do, it doesn't dilute the value of your money. When they're talking about raising a debt ceiling, does that mean they just go to some big closet and pull more hundreds out of the closet? No, they're going to print the money. They're going to create it artificially, which hurts the value of your money and my money. That's the real issue people need to become awakened to.
I fully agree. Thanks for clearing that up. So in this particular case, with Kennedy trying to get Janet Yellen to say something really dumb, which she's not going to do. She's too much entrenched in the swamp. She knows what the script is. So why is he even bothering to prod her?
Well, it makes sense. He wants her to admit that the Republican Party is dead set against just throwing more money at the problem. It seems the Republican Party is very eager to actually sit down and start talking turkey about eliminating these problems, because printing of money doesn't seem to solve those issues. It raises more problems. Reagan said it best. Reagan said it best, right? He said the government's solutions are worse than the problems. So push that forward 50 years. And you have Janet Yellen. It'd be so nice if Kennedy was doing that and Janet Yellen just said, you know what? We need to actually sit and talk about the issues so we don't have to continue to raise the debt ceiling anymore. I get it, Senator Kennedy. This is ridiculous. I understand you want me to say, yes, the Democrats are the only ones in Congress that want to raise this debt ceiling and you guys don't. Why don't we actually get to talking about the damn issues so we don't have to raise the debt ceiling anymore? Imagine if she went first. Imagine if someone in that city just went first and said, hey, we need to start talking about the problems. We need to start going to the people we represent and ask them for their opinions on what they want to do, because the country is for we the people. Reagan said, we have a government, not the other way around. They think that they have a people. No, we have a government. They work for us. They're supposed to be watching our six.
And unfortunately, they are not. Mr. Stone, co-founder of Colonial Metals Group, thank you so much for being on this part of PolitiBrawl. By the way, if you want help with diversifying your portfolio, there's a link in the description below for Colonial Metals Group. Go check them out, give them your business. And y'all, I want to know from y'all in the comments section, what exactly would you do to help fix this problem? Because at this point, we'll take anything. So, Mr. Stone, thank you for coming on the show. Until next time, y'all have a good one.